Yo, what's up guys? Universal Mastery. So what I do on my channel is I break down the occult sciences so that you can take them and you can apply them in your day-to-day life and get real, actual results. So what I'm going to be talking about in today's video is principle number 2 of the Hermetics. Okay? So what that principle is going to revolve around is everything is moving. Everything is vibrations. Stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing that I want to say is definitely go and check out my Patreon. My Patreon is going to be right here. In order to find it, it's going to be the first link at the top of my description. And basically what I have on my Patreon is some exclusive videos, some being really foundational and essential, some being some extra techniques to help you be able to manifest the life that you actually want to live. So you're going to gain access to those if you become a tier 2 member. In order to be a tier 2, it's $9.95 a month, which literally costs less than $1 a day, and you'll also be gaining access to an additional video weekly that will not be on my YouTube channel, and you'll gain access to conversate with me with whatever questions that you may have about the occult. So once again, in order to gain access, you have to be a tier 2 or up. As you go up in tiers, there's different benefits, so definitely go check that out. And once again, the link is going to be the first link in the description. Other than that, I'm going right into this video. So this is principle number 2 of the Hermetics. Now this is a very interesting principle, okay? Everything is vibrations, okay? Everything is moving, everything. Even when I'm still, I'm moving. The vibrations, the aura that's around me is moving, and it's causing me to stand still. There is an energetic field that's around me right now. Even though I look like I'm still, it's moving to keep my arm still. Okay, do you understand that? So, and we all know about the term, oh, you know, I like their vibe, you know, bitch don't kill my vibe, bitch don't kill my vibe. So we all know about this, vibrations, we all hear about it, like, hey, you know, I didn't like their vibe, or, you know, high vibrations, man. Like, people talk about this stuff, and a lot of people talk about it just because it's, you know, it's very mainstream now. But let's really get to the root of this. So first thing that I want to say is these principles have been founded. You know, these principles, like the principles, the Hermetic principles, don't just originate in Egypt. For all that we know, they were just written down and solidified in Egypt, meaning that they knew that this information was so valuable and essential that they needed to mark it down or write it down so that people in later generations, most likely their own civilization, as they evolved, they wanted to make sure that they kept that information so they remembered it, and you know, it would help their own civilization evolve the way that it needed to. But in reality, these principles, and just to give you guys a little bit of a context, this is 3,100 years ago. Okay, this is when these principles, somewhere around that time, when were founded. 3,100 years ago. Okay, so just let that soak in for a minute. These are very old, but in reality, these principles are law. Okay, and what I mean by that is this is how the universe operates. So they are way older than 3,100 years old. These principles, ever since the first existence of a humanoid type being was here, the universe itself abides by these principles. The universe itself is these principles, okay, which is what I'm sharing with you. And this is principle number 2 about vibration. Everything is moving. So, okay, just wanted to paint that little bit of a context for you. But this is the interesting part. There are different planes, okay? So there's the spiritual plane, there's the mental plane, there's the emotional plane, there's the physical plane, there's the astral plane. And even in all of these different planes, there are different vibrations, there are different scales, there are different sectors of levels within every single plane itself. So you can see how complex this can really get. But I don't want to go too crazy into the complexity of how deep it can get. The main goal of this video is to share the simplicity of what vibration really means and just give you guys an understanding so that you can walk away after this video and have that knowing that, oh, this is really what vibration means, and everything is vibrating, everything really is moving, and that is the truth. So that's pretty much what I want to say. So the best way that I can describe it is that when you get to the higher planes, okay, when you're on the higher planes, and remember, there's different planes, and you can get to the higher planes on the different planes. So there's a high and a low, even to the different sub-planes. So when you're operating on the higher planes, your energy is a lot more, your energy is a lot more light. You feel lighter. You literally feel like a spirit. Okay, you literally feel like a spirit. You're very light. You have a very wide, you have a very open, you have a very direct, a very strong sense of awareness. You just know what needs to happen. You have this knowing that is ringing through your body, and you see the bigger picture in almost everything. So you don't get attached to certain things. You realize that when two people are arguing about this thing, that you become the person that's like, okay, you guys are both arguing over the same principle. You're just seeing it from different perspectives. So don't, why even waste your time arguing? You can, that's the kind of high vibration that you could become. You can really see where people are getting trapped in their life, and you become that person that's able to help people evolve because you see where they're stuck. You see what they need to work on. Your energy, you just have this abundance of flowing energy that's constantly radiating and moving, electrifying through your body. So you're just able to do what you need to do. And then obviously with the principle of vibration, and then the other principle of mentalism, it's like whatever you put your mind to, you can create. And when you're operating on those higher planes, your vibration's moving faster. Okay, your vibration is moving very fast, meaning you're able to transmute things very quickly. You're able to understand things very quickly. Even when you don't understand things, you realize like, okay, I don't understand this, boom, and you just transmute that ability of like, I don't understand this, and then eventually it comes to you, and eventually you will understand what you didn't understand. It's just things move faster for you. Now, when you're up, so now we know what it's like to have a high vibration. That's what high vibration is. So now when we operate on a lower vibration, okay, a lower vibration, it's gonna be a lot more, this person's right, this person's wrong. It's gonna feel a lot heavier. You're gonna have more emotional states that cause you to want to disagree. You're gonna have more emotional states that cause you to want to stop something that's going on. You're gonna have more emotional states that want to prove that you are you, that I am I, that this is who I am, and you can't, you're not gonna tell me what to do. This is who I am, this is what I do, this is what it is. And it's gonna move a little bit slower. Once again, it's gonna be heavier. It's gonna be a little bit more of a repelling than an attracting. So people are gonna see it, and they're either gonna be like, okay, this person, I do not want to talk to them at all. I just don't want that energy in my life. Or it could be the complete opposite. It could be like, okay, you know what, I like what this person's saying. I feel like they're very solid in what they believe. They're very grounded in what they believe, and I actually resonate with this person, and I want to connect with this person. And some of you right at this moment might be thinking like, okay, so then high is good, high vibration is good, that's positive, and then low vibration is bad, and that's negative. So I want to dispel that myth, because no, it's not. It's not good versus evil. It's not good versus bad. They are both necessary. They are both different polarities. Okay, they are different polarities on the scale of balance. So the higher vibration you can look at as ascending. You are ascending, and that's a very positive term in today's society. Everyone wants to ascend. And then the lower vibration, the more negative vibration, is going to be considered descending. And you don't hear anybody talking about descending. especially in the spiritual community. Now, if you start going into the occult spiritual community, you start to hear about it a little bit more. But here's the Hermetic truth to that. What is not talked about a lot, and the reason why it's not talked about as a lot is because the people that are talking about ascending haven't actually ascended. Okay, they're not living what they're preaching. Okay, and it's unfortunate that they don't tell you that, because they may think that they have ascended. But the truth is that in order to ascend, in order to rise in the scale of vibration, hear me out, you have to descend first. Let that soak in for a second. In order to ascend, you have to first descend. Okay, so what does that mean? If you want to transcend the scale of polarity where you experience this very high vibration, euphoric sense of understanding, and then a couple hours later, now you're down here and things are more heavy, you're feeling more identified with your emotional states, it's a little bit harder to connect with people because this is you, this is what I believe, and they don't believe what I believe. If you want to transcend that, then you are going to have to descend fully. Okay, descend fully, get to the very root of the issues, and not only just issues, but the root core of who you are as a person, as a physical person, as a spiritual person, as a mental person, as an emotional person, and as an astral person. So you are going to have to travel through all of those different planes in that lower vibration. Things are going to be really tough. You're going to go to a place where you even lose a sense of who you are, and this is me, and a sense of ego in that low vibration. And that is literally one of the most painful things that you can go through. That is what a spiritual death is. Because remember, the lower vibration is usually connected to, this is who I am, this is what I do, and that's a big portion of what keeps your sanity. That's a big portion of what keeps you sane. But when you go through a dissolution in that lower vibration, meaning that you lose a sense of self, then you literally become, it almost feels like nothing. You become a nothingness. And at this point of nothingness, you are going to experience all of the things, all of the darkness that you've been running from or that you haven't looked at, that's coming from your unconscious, the collective consciousness, that's coming from your subconscious and your conscious. All the traumas that you have buried inside of your consciousness, once again, subconscious, collective consciousness, and your physical body, your mental body, your emotional state, they're all going to come to surface, and you're going to come face to face with them. You are going to have to feel them, embody them, breathe through them. And a big part of that process is just being able to get through it. It's just being able to breathe and realize this is a part of the process. Once again, not many people, there are very few people that go through this process, because there comes a certain, there is a process to trigger this level of dissolution or this level of descending in order to ascend. And that is a magical process. It's a system. Okay, and that's where the tree of life comes into play, when you have the Sephiroth and you have the Qliphoth. Okay, just to throw that out there. But once again, in order to fully transcend, rise from that death and rise, remember the story of Jesus dying on the cross is very metaphorical of this process that I'm sharing with you. You rise. Okay, you will rise in the planes, and then you will vibrate at a different plane once you've experienced that lowest low. You have hit the very end of that negative polarity, which then shoots you to the top of that polarity scale. And then not only does it shoot you to the top, but it pushes you a bit past it. And when you go past it, you have literally transversed the entire scale, meaning that you're no longer going to have emotional states or physical mental states that shift back and forth. So that is exactly what I wanted to share in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to leave it there, and I will go into the next principle, principle number 3, and you will see it on a different video. But other than that, hit the thumbs up. Definitely hit that thumbs up. Go over here, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because I post videos as often as I can. Definitely go and check out my Patreon. The first link for that is going to be the Patreon in my description. So definitely check that out. Then the second link is going to be the Streamlabs merch. Go check that out. It's going to be a shirt with a Hecate sigil. You can place your order. They will ship it right to your door. The third link below is going to take you to the Facebook community. You click that, you're going to see a pinned post that says private group. Click that, request to join. I'll add you in. The goal is to get a bunch of like-minded people together so that we can come to some very powerful conclusions together. But other than that, I will see you guys on the next video, and we're going to be going into principle number 3. So stay tuned for that. Enjoy the rest of the day or night wherever you are, and peace.